My name is Laurel Knipling from For the Love of Teaching, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Pear Deck, an add-on from Google, to increase student interaction during instruction. Once in, you can go to Create Lesson. You can either create a lesson from scratch, and it will give you guides and prompts, or you can open up a previously made slideshow and then go from there. I personally am going to be using a pre-made, pre-edited slideshow. I got the template for this one off of Canva, which is another great resource, and I'll link that in the description because this one is awesome for presentations that are visually engaging. So to begin our Pear Deck creation, we're going to go to add-ons. If you've never used Pear Deck before, you will have to download it, but you can download it through the add-ons. So you go here, open Pear Deck add-on, and then it's going to pop up as a sidebar. So a couple different things you can do. You can create questions to ask students on your slideshow, and they will be able to interact from their computer or device. You can also add audio to a slide, so you can narrate your PowerPoints. For this presentation, we're just going to focus in on how to embed questions, interactive questions, into your slideshow. So first, I'm going to use the text option. And now that I've added it, so I have the question, what does respect look like to you? When you're presenting this Pear Deck, students will be able to add their own response and say what they think respect looks like. And then you will be able to see in real time what they're typing and the responses that they give as you are presenting. Now if we take a look at this one, you are able to go to choice. So for the choice one, I put for question, which one is an example of respecting others? Now we can create multiple choices. And for option A, we could say listening to others. Now if I want a wrong choice, we could say speaking over classmates. Or you could have multiple right answers. You don't have to put which one is the right and wrong answer. You can talk about this in your presentation. So that's the really awesome thing, is that you can have multiple right answers and multiple wrong answers in one. And you can also add multiple. So if we update that slide, students will be able to see the choices and pick a choice once you are presenting. Another thing to note about Pear Deck is that it's really just an add-on to your original presentation, so it's really good to you basically have to have the questions and options embedded into the presentation. So now for the number choice. This one was interesting and took me a little bit to understand. So for this slide, I have, on a scale of 1 to 10, how capable are you of showing respect to your classmates? And then I put a legend here. We'll go to this number option. And students can enter in a number, and it will show up on your slide to look at the answers. It will show up as a continuum. So you'll be able to see where they are on the line. of what numbers they've entered in. So if a student entered in a 1, you'll see some dots over here. If students entered in a 7, you'll see them over here, and so on. Now if we come down to this one for the website, this one is very interesting. So I have a slide that's about how netiquette affects learning. And so it says student device, so they'll be able to interact with the website that you link here, and they'll be able to comment on what's going on. Copy and paste the link. Ta-da! And you'll be able to take them through this website during the presentation. And I will show you what all of this looks like once you're in presentation mode. So now if we go to draw, students will be able to draw anywhere on your slideshow. Different ways you can use this. This as an example of circling the nouns in the sentence. You can do something like that. With this slideshow, I would have students, I'd maybe ask a prompting question like, what is the goal of communication? And they'd be able to highlight efficient communication, something like that. And for our last option on asking students questions is the draggable. So with this one, students will be able to draw different items. So maybe we could do something fun and do a thumbs up, and they will be able to drag a thumbs up, and I would tell them, can you please put a thumbs up on which one you think you would like to do best? And so I have different stuff like, I will use kind words with my classmates. I will make others feel included. They can drag their thumbs up, and it's just a fun way for them to get involved. So now that I've finished adding my interactions to the slideshow, I can go to Start Lesson to begin presentating. And there are two different options. You can do a student-paced activity where it's student mode. They can do it themselves at their own pace. And you can do instructor-paced. And that's basically, they're not going to be able to go forward, go back. It's all going to be where you decided to be it at. This way, students can be on slide 1 while you're on slide 10. And if you decide to do one or the other, you can always go back and change it. Now that I'm in presentation mode, I will be able to copy and paste the link right here, and if I'm on Zoom, I can paste into the Zoom. But if not, students can log on with the URL right here and then put in this code. Alright, so we are in the presentation. We'll be able to go to the next one, and when you're in here you can lock screens, you can set a new prompt, and then you can go to show responses. Anything that students say will be able to pop up here. Also, you're able to prompt different things throughout the lesson, which is awesome. So, this one is a good check-in for formative assessment, see how they're doing. Draw or type 2 things you've learned, reflect on the activity. So many cool things to add on to your presentation. And you're able to end your session, and then it will save all the answers students put in throughout this session. So let's say this was first period. You could say first period, and then save and end session. and then you can share the link so students will be able to go through this PowerPoint again. Key takeaways from this tutorial. Pear Deck can be opened by the Add-ons tab in Google Slides. Pear Deck lets you customize your slides by having students interact through text, multiple choice, drawing, and dragging questions. You can present your lesson or have students do it independently. Lessons are recorded and answers are saved for teachers to be able to go back and review wherever. Thank you guys so much for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you around.